And I'm going to jump around. Basically, thank you, Lisa, thank you for including us in this. My introduction to images and so forth was through rock and roll and the rock gods, you know, and posters and tear-outs from Rock Magazine and Crawdaddy Magazine and things like that in my pre-adolescent bedroom and all that stuff. And so I wanted to be a rock star. And I started off as a drummer, and of course, I realized that wasn't going to happen. At the tender age of 14. So that's when I picked up a camera, and I saw, that it was the time to put a timer on. Hold on, otherwise, yeah. So, So what I did was I photographed concerts and so forth. I photographed lots of shows and so forth. And so I sort of got into the culture of music. And the music culture started crossing into art later on down the line after Cal Arts and so forth. And now here we are, fast forward to the last 3 years, I've really let the music history that I have intersect with my life, and I own it, and I make it part of the fabric of my work, and it's an integral part of my visual language. So that's why I sort of have this piece up. This is in front of our house. That's the water barrier that we have, so when the high tide comes up, it doesn't flood the house. And that is our friend who's also a Singster. Taylor, thank you. The weekend is a singster. So in any event, and I brought these photos of Michael Jackson that I made. I was Michael's photographer for about 7 years. And I took these photos back in '08, before he passed away, because I just thought, you know, he had disappeared from Africa, and it was my way of bringing him back to Ghana. And so this is just one of the photos. So this is one of the ways I use Ghana and my own history to intersect. But as was said before, as was said before, I realized that everything was autobiographical. And so I realized, and it was Stevie Wonder when I went to do an album cover with him back in '92, where he just was really clear, no, this is where we are from, you must return. And then I was on a sabbatical 10 years later and returned. Fell in love with Ghana because we could get a beachside place that was affordable on a college income. So what I was doing before that was this series of work where I would, it's performance-based work. A lot of my work is performance-based, and I think a lot of my work is performance-based because I never was on stage with a mic. And so that's just it. I'm an exhibitionist. I mean, I don't know if any of you were at my Claremont lecture where I lectured naked, or my Cal Arts lecture where I lectured naked. I'm just a blown-out exhibitionist. I'll keep my clothes on. Well, I'll keep Ray's clothes on because then I won't be performing the piece. So what I did was I would slather myself in shaving cream and make these photos and this is like we've got 3 acres around the beach, and so this is in part of our property. And the locals were really, when they would see Kyungmi photographing me all in shaving cream, and they would go, "Are you making juju?" And I would say, "Ha!" And I go, "Oh, no. What are you doing if you're not doing juju?"
What did you say, juju?
Juju. No, he wanted to know if I was making juju, if I was involved in making magic, voodoo. But there, said, I thought really quickly, how do I explain that I'm making art for contemporary audiences? They were very educated. and questioning the black body. So I said, I made these photos, and I sort of had an affectation while I'm there, where anyway, this is how I speak when I'm in Ghana. My speech slows down, and I have a bit of an accent. I say, I'm making these photos because I bring them back to Los Angeles, and the crazy white people buy them. And I said, and because of the crazy white, I always preface crazy white people, because of the, because there's no saying white person, well, yeah, but if you're crazy, oh, of course you are. So when I say the crazy white people buy them, and that's how we can afford to hire everyone from the village to help us build. At the time, we had 18 employees helping us build, and then we have like 2 families that we support ongoing as we're, as caretakers and so forth. So I say that allows us to keep money and going, because they get sold and he goes, okay, go. Make that money. So this is, but for me it was odd, and what happened was with these photographs, I was also talking about technology, digital technology, and the African landscape, and part of what happened was my high-tech camera had a flaw, and it gave me these kind of colors and so forth, because the chip was corrupted. So I come back to the States, and everything has these weird striations and color shifts and so forth. So I put the work away. I didn't even look at it for 2 years, and that was a dismal failure. And then, of course, 2 years, I happened to open that folder, and oh my God, it's fantastic. This is a gift! Which is like, ugliness, beauty. Totally subjective. So I embraced it, and I started making these collages with these pieces, and these are 3 of the workers. That's our head carpenter. That was the master carpenter, the head carpenter, assistant carpenter, or what have you. That worked on building our home and organizing the property, and then all of this. But this is a collage of about 4 different images, but it's all from that shooting the corrupted chip. But it's a way also, the village has made such a leap. People have iPhones, not iPhones, but some have iPhones, but they have smartphones, they're watching Nigerian Nollywood movies on their phone, they're listening to all the top tunes, they're transferring money from one person to another. You can pick up at the Western Union, and it's quite, technology has made a leap, and it's changed a lot. But you walk in the village, it looks the same. But no, there's a whole invisible layer of technology going on. Is that me ringing, or it's beautiful? Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah. So anyway, these are some of the collages that I was making, and this is back in 2006, perhaps 2007, and these performances that I would do just for the camera. With what the ultimate civilizing aspect to me is shaping, to remove ourselves from the animal, to maintain our human consciousness. So it's that / whiteness and my relationship with whiteness and how I've been dealing with that. Okay. Oh yeah, jump in. Anne, did you have a question? Or you know how to turn her iWatch off? Yeah, she can do it.
Oh, yeah.
She just got it 2 days ago.
I can try.
Oh no, okay. No, we're all good. So these are some of the collages that I was making, and that Kyungmi was photographing, and and that's our home, and that's the one. Oh yeah, you can't see where I'm pointing. That's the water. So the water's about what? 40 feet from the front door, about 40 feet. Yeah, so from that wall to like a little further than that wall is where the water's edge is. So it's a fantastic place to read, to contemplate, and be. So it's a small, open plan. Yeah, I just want to throw this in. We don't have palm fronds up there, but I had that done so it would look.
It was from Ilaria's magazine.
Oh yeah, we had an architect who teaches at SciArc, Ilaria Mazzolani, designed it, and so it's the Twisted Ellipse by Sarah.
Yeah, that is
Sarah's Twisted Ellipse
coconut
and a cocoa bean. So it's a cool, and of course, you know, the vernacular round architecture. So that's what's happening.
And she had an Italian magazine went to do a story of the